Hey guys, Merry Christmas to all of you. Now, what have I been doing on my Christmas morning? I have been having an absolute blast. I have been playing Softwaring like all morning, and boy, have I learned a ton of stuff. Let me show you some of this because some of this I think will really help you guys. Right, let's start off looking at the teams, and this is going to be all about the teams. And seriously, you're going to learn. I think some of you are going to learn so much. I have learned so much this morning. It's awesome. Right, we have three teams: marketing, design, and programming. Okay, and look at the compatibility. We've got like marketing 93%, design actually is not too bad, 145%, programming 84%. Now, what does that translate into? Like what does that mean? How do all the mechanics hang together and work? Well, let's have a look. Let's take a look at the programming team. Let's go to employees. And you can see, if you bring up state, you can see the effectiveness of your employee, right? Now, at the moment, it's 0 because I've just loaded this. So let's run this on for a second. Okay, now, Kelly Cortez, for example, and I've sort this by effectiveness. So Gavin Ryan is working at 294% effectiveness. And you look at that and you go, oh, that's awesome. That's great. Working really well. And as we go down the list, they're all working at about 280%. Yeah, looking good. Now, I've seen that the founder, so this is me, is always at 100%. That always seems to be 100% regardless of what you run it at, so whatever. And then we've got Chris Foster. He's at home sick, so his effectiveness is 0. Okay, well, how can we improve this effectiveness? Well, there's a whole bunch of things. The more compatible people are, then the more effective they're going to be, right? And we'll come on to that in a second because I've been working on the team compatibility and things have changed massively. But there's a couple of other things that I want to show you first. So, first of all, if I make myself a lead, now I'm currently set up for any job, right? If I change my role to lead, okay, now let's see if we run this on. Let's have a look at the effectiveness. Oh my lord, they've gone from like 280% to like 380%. Oh my god, that's huge. But and this is what's interesting. If we take a look at my details, and if we bring up, let's see, is it going to show me? No. Okay, we need to go to teams and employees, and what do I need to bring up? Can't find it now. Oh, here we go. Skills. If we bring up the skills and we look, right, like my leadership skill is 92%. Okay, and if we look at, if I can find it, there's so much stuff in here. Okay, I need to look at my details. If we look at my leadership is actually 75%. Actually, if I click on traits, it'll show me that as well. So let's go up here. Here we go. So leadership skill, my leadership is 75%. That's kind of my natural leadership. It's 75%. My leadership skill is at 92%. And I thought, yeah, that's going to be like super awesome. But I looked to have, to see if is there anybody else who would actually be a better leader. Okay, so if we sort this by leadership, go up to the top. There's actually somebody with 100% natural leadership, but their leadership skill is only 18%. So I thought, well, they're going to be rubbish. They're going to be rubbish compared to me with a 92% leadership skill. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Let's change my role to programmer and change Clement Carroll's role to lead, right? Then we're going to run this on. Let's sort by effectiveness again. So we're up to like 380, like 370, 370, 380. Now it's running on again. Oh, look at this. We're up to 400 390s, right? So the natural leadership seems to be much more important than the actual leadership skill. So, yeah, that's a massive thing to think about when you're hiring. Okay, so that's the first thing. That's all about the leadership sort of stuff. Right, then what I did, I wanted to get the compatibility up. So what I did was I created some extra teams and I started moving people around and playing with the compatibility. And if we go into like this, we can actually sort by team compatibility. And you can kind of see who's happy working together and who isn't. And amazingly, look at this. Ty Cash, the first guy that we hired, has a team compatibility of 9%. This guy has probably been holding us back like so much. The first guy we hire, and he's appalling. He is a total asshole. So, yeah. So I started moving people around. And I soon found who was compatible working together and who wasn't. So what we're going to do now is load up, like after I've gone through that exercise with all the teams and all the people, shuffle them around and see who's compatible and who isn't. We're actually going to load up, load game. Here we go, tutorial 18. I've been saving as I've been going along. Let's load that. Right, now let's take a look. And boy, is this a bit different. Let's have a look at the teams now. What I ended up with was I created a group called Fire. These are the people that we're going to get rid of. Now look at the compatibility percentages. They're all up over 160%, which is pretty freaking awesome. Okay, but that's nothing. That's nothing. We've got other things that we need to do. So, for example, if we go to the Program 1 team and we look at the employees who are in there, right? So we've got Carol Clement. Clement Carol. I've been looking at this. I always think it's Carol. I always think this is a woman, but it's not. It's Clement. Clement Carol. Clement was the one with the great leadership. Leadership skill is low, but his natural leadership is 100%. Right. Let's appoint him. Okay. So first of all, we'll make me. We'll change my role to that of a programmer. And I've found that having people with dedicated roles makes them much, much better. Cole Wright is the artist, and then we're going to change Clement to the... now, hang on. Let's first of all bring up the effectiveness. And we'll run this on for a second, right? Okay, so we can see the effectiveness. And you can see that they're, up around that 390 level, right? Now we'll make Carol Clement the lead, right? And then we'll run it on. Oh my God, we're up to 600%. Oh my God. So these guys are going to be doing what, like we were at like what, 270. These are going to be doing more than twice the work of how we had it set up. I mean, that is staggeringly huge. I can't wait to do the second season of this game because, oh my God, things are going to be different. We are going to blitz the opposition. We're going to be churning out software so freaking fast compared to how we have been doing it. My God. So, I've actually got 2 programming teams now. So we've got Program 1 and Program 2. Because, like, if you put these people together, they don't work well together. Right, but separately in these 2 teams, they work great. We've got 2 people in Program 2, which is Rusty Martinez and Jane Casey. They work really, really well together, right? And they're up at 400, or almost 400%. What we need is a lead for them, and then we can build a team around them. And then we've already got a lead for Program 1, so we just need to hire some people. Now, the other thing is when you're looking at these teams, you can see what your overall skills are. And you can see if we look at coding here, our coding seems to be a bit low. But you've got to take this with a bit of a pinch of salt because if we go and look at the employees, see, we've got Cole Wright, who's an artist. We're interested in his art skills. We don't care about his coding skills because he's only working as an artist. right? But that is going to drag down the overall bars in the coding here. So you kind of got to take that with a bit of a pinch of salt. Personally, I think this needs to be modified so it only includes the skill in the roles that people are in. That would be a hell of a lot more useful. Program 2 is awesome. We've got, they're pretty much maxed out on their coding. We need to bring in a nice lead for them. That'll bump them up. So you look at the compatibility, 329%. Now that's just by setting the lead. We go back and do that again. We go to employees. If we set Clement back to, let's see, set back to a programmer, and then look at this, and you can see compatibility of program 2 is at 162. Change it back to lead, and suddenly, oh sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. This was about 160. Suddenly program 1 is now at 329% compatibility. Awesome. And as you bring in more people who are actually compatible, it increases it's multiplicative. That's the word, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, they get better and better and better. So look at that. I mean, almost 600%. Oh my God, what a freaking difference. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to spend some time in the hiring, but this is going to take a while. I'm going to have to go through the hiring. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time. So I'm actually going to do that offline. So let me go and do that. I'll do the hiring. I'll come back and I'll show you who I've hired. Okay, guys, after I have no idea how many searches I've done, but it's a lot. I've realised that trying to find somebody with maxed out leadership skills is kind of tough. You're gonna have to do a lot of searches, and I've only been applying 2 criteria. So I've been sorting it by age because I want them as young as possible, and I want them with maxed out leadership skill. And this guy is actually pretty awesome because his learned skill is already very high. He's positive in aptitude, he's positive in diligence. This is actually a very, very, very good guy. God knows how much I've spent. I've probably spent like $500,000 just to recruit this guy. But this guy is insanely good. However, his compatibility with the team, program 2, is only good, right? Now, I think it makes a hell of a lot of sense because of how hard it is to find this kind of person. I think you need to hire this person first and then base the team around the leader. So what we're going to do, we're going to hire this guy. Yeah, we'll hire you. And then we're going to take a look for more people to fill his team. And the 2 people who are in his team at the moment, I think are probably going to get fired, even though they're really good.